Welcome back to the Wafflehouse. Back in Exandria, under the surface. A resume from last week. Brick.
That's one copyright strike.
Tonight on the Waffle House, Brick slices up some black pudding, lightning strikes twice for Yiskin, and Boris gets his gentleman sausage out.
I mean, bravo, yeah.
Okay, so what happened last week then?
Let's explain each device. The party came across a devious trap known as the floor, fell into it, a giant black pudding emerged and proceeded to absolutely maul the whole party, including unfortunately Boris's underwear. After somehow successfully realising that, they can only break up so far until you turn them into dust, the party did just that for most of it before it retreated, and Yizgip stepped on the plate again. Cue Act 2. And that is basically what happened the entire night, because we didn't get much further than that.
You got a little further than that, but you got to a chamber. Underground. Let's switch that off here and move you. It is dark. It is dark. There's an illumination solely from the flames of a fire elemental, which is Dak, transformed into his elemental form. Retribution is smouldering dully in the gloom, way underground. Jacques, Skip, and Lewin have gone to investigate a light they see from a chamber to the north. Inside that space, there is an area of unnatural darkness. Skip, using his talents, can even pierce this gloom. Sees a collection of bones there, with a little bit of sparkles in it and some equipment. Bones of humanoids, most likely. Before he can investigate, Lewin decided to lob a fireball into the space and blew up the bones. They are now ablaze, but behind this black sphere. Let me just put the music up a little bit. By the way, if the background music gets too much, you can change the master music volume in the background. Can you? Is that going?
Yeah.
Can you hear something in the background? Yeah.
Like just atmospheric. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are standing there. Skip, Jacques, behind them, on his own, Lewin, hiding behind a stalactite. To the south, he sees his friends, or at least his comrades, who are Brick with his torch. Boris is standing there using the ice staff as a crutch, using part of the sleeve of Lewin to shelter his naked armpit from the cold, and standing quite close to Dak to try and keep warm. Wafflehouse, what do you wish to do?
So, were there any noises outside of the explosion when Lewin blew up the room?
I couldn't hear. The loud explosion tends to block out most things.
Ah.
What?
you got a bit of tinnitus, right?
What?
Cup your ears to your head for 30 seconds, then it will go.
Only joking.
I'll just let everyone know that we're here.
And as you two are starting to yell at him, I'm going to prod you in the side and just sort of whisper, stealth is not optional.
Well, I think it is now. We've blown up something.
Yeah.
What?
I think it's probably safe to come up here now, everyone. We could probably just skedaddle up. There's nothing bad left in the room. There's nothing...
So you see a torch burning smokelessly, lying on the floor, not seem to consume any of the fuel that's there. Looking into the room, Skip, you see that the ceiling goes up about 30 feet. It actually goes above the black dome, so you can see the ceiling from where you are. And there are whatever they're called, hanging rocks coming from the ceiling, looking at you ominously.
So what is it, Skip?
Well, I see a bunch of bones, that's it, and a torch that has some perpetual flame on it. And I guess what looks like a nasty trap, too. Those rocks up there look pretty shaky to me. We can either go in, or we can just avoid it completely. But there are shinies.
Could we just knock them down?
That would be too clever, Boris.
Okay, forget that.
Does anyone here have the capability to remove darkness so we can all see what's happening?
Yes, I could quite easily remove it, but there is a cost to everything.
Is that a cost for us to pay?
I've got a torch.
It's a theoretical opportunity cost. For all I know, dispelling this magic now could result in a horrible accident later, and not one that I created.
Fair.
But I am empowered when I dispel magic, so there are benefits.
Empowered how?
I have the ability to leech off other magics to empower my own.
That's cryptic. So you're a magical vampire?
That's a crude way of saying it, but in a sense. Consider myself more of a magic piggy bank.
Right, okay. Lewin is a magical vampire.
If you say that's a bunch of fireballs.
Never have two comparisons been so far apart.
Yeah.
Just remember, though, to get the magic back out of a piggy bank, you have to smash it.
JC, that magical hand of magicness that you have, do you think you'd be able to grab that torch with it?
I can certainly try. And obviously I will try.
Okay. And the mage hand comes out invisible. But you control it, and you easily pick up the torch which is on the ground.
Yep.
It is now yours.
Unless I get told otherwise, I'll bring it back towards us.
I don't suppose that would illuminate the darkness in there, considering how magical this torch is. What do you think? Do you want to shove it in there?
I can. I'm just quickly reading that mage hand to know if I have to keep sight of it.
So, DM, can I just look up for a moment? Am I standing below any stalactites?
You are. There is many of them on the ceiling around you.
Is there any section of the wall which is sort of grooved away I could just duck under?
In what way?
You know what? Can I just go to one of these walls and just with a use of mould earth just carve a little groove into it?
You certainly can.
I will do so. As I'm just going to just sit in my groove while I'm observing everyone.
Okay.
Well,
and there is water dripping from the ceiling. Dak, you take 1 cold damage from the water. There's a particularly big drop lands on you.
that Japanese torture in it. I can't see anything on there that says if I lose sight of the mage hand, it will disappear. So yeah, I can try poking the tip of the torch in first into that blackness and see what happens.
And it picks up, so it's a range of 30 feet. So you can just about get it from where you are.
Go forward one sort of square to make sure I'm within.
So you're going into the chamber, yeah?
I'll go one step forward.
Okay. All right. So you go one step forward, and
Yes.
you can you move the torch, and it goes into the blackness and is swallowed up by it.
Okay.
Iskip, you just see the torch is just there. The flame now looks grey and ghostly in the blackness of the darkness of the supernatural darkness.
Nice. With the explosion, then, has it uncovered anything underneath the bones at all?
They've been scattered, and some are on fire.
But nothing in the centre of this magical darkness.
You can't really see from there.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take some steps in.
Yep.
JC and the rest, just going to go in and investigate.
Yeah, as he walks past me, I'll sort of do the equivalent of hold the dodge, ready to jump out the way of anything.
Okay.
I'm going to tentatively walk into the room
Yep.
to try and get a better look to see kind of what's going on and get an understanding of what this room is about.
Yep.
Because my understanding on this map, it might be just the map. There isn't a way up, is there, outside of this cavern, this room?
In what way?
Like that
Sorry.
river. So that river doesn't go up further up.
It goes. The corridor goes further up. Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
does.
Right,
It continues that way. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just investigate this room then. We'll slowly keep walking in.
You just
Careful
walk. Okay.
to
Make
look
a
out.
stealth roll for me, please.
Certainly. 19.
19. Okay. I've learnt something from
JC.
Jack. And
Yeah.
you creep inwards.
I'll start to get closer and closer. Do I get a better sort of understanding of what this room is like?
Okay, so you can see this is a large chamber. The walls are slick with moisture. You are having to walk around the stalagmites on the ground. In the centre, you're getting closer, you can see bones there. From where you are now, you can see they're humanoid bones. Some have been broken. Could you just make a medicine roll for me, please? From where you are, it's with disadvantage.
Medicine, disadvantage, medicine. Where does M come in the alphabet? There we go. 12.
12. Okay. Well, even with that, you can see that some of these bones have been broken, and it looks like they have been chewed.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You see in there also, you see metal blades, swords, rusted, with jewels on their pommels, but you can see from where you are that a lot of the leatherwork of the pommel has disappeared and is rotted with time or whatever.
So two observations then I would take from this. I guess with a really high wisdom character, I would assume that this is a cave of some sort of creature that's its food hoard. Secondly, I know magic items. I don't know how magically they work, but I know that magic items don't degrade. So I'm seeing things in there that look rusted, well used, worn, and broken.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a history roll for me, please.
Certainly. H. That's an 8.
Okay, that's fine. Nothing comes to mind when you look at this. The bones have been scattered by the explosion, and some of them are burnt, but the flames are now going out, and there's just a sort of a black smoke rising from them, which is difficult to differentiate from the blackness of that space.
Nice.
Okay, back outside. Dak, Brick, and Boris, what are you doing?
I am watching the way we've came to make sure nothing is sneaking up on us.
Okay, could you make a perception roll for me, please?
Yeah, once I can get my sheet to open again. Second. Perception. Well, nat 1.
Okay. You're dazzled by the light of Dak.
Just warm my hands up on him.
Yeah, and you can see there's some steam coming off him as some of the water drops are landing on him.
Looks like the way we came's okay.
Boris is currently trying to stay warm. He's staying near to Dak and he's rubbing his hands, arms, legs.
It's very cold here.
Yes.
You're a long way underground. It is damp, and it's not very pleasant. Your skin is still smarting from the acid burn, which I'm not sure anybody's really attended to yet.
Well, that's been the last couple of weeks, to be honest.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. It's although there was a slight warmth from Dak, there was a chill in the air. It's actually a bit of a mixture. There is some warmth in the air as well, but the water is icy cold, and there's a slight fog rising from it. The water is trickling very gradually from north to south on the screen. A very slow movement to it.
Oh God. Okay. Well, sorry, Dak, but Boris is trying to stay really close to stay warm. He's trying to sort of spread it out so he sort of spins like a kebab. And also, he can't really tell where your face is, so sometimes he's right in your face, and then sometimes he disappears off behind you.
Okay, so Dak is going to spend most of his time just trying to make sure he doesn't set Boris on fire.
There's not much left of Boris. Oh, Boris, you're wearing travellers' clothes, whatever they are. Could you describe what you're wearing now? Because you did actually have some spare clothes in your pack.
Okay, well, I'm going to guess this is just something that Boris has picked up along the way, so it would just be really mismatched. It might not even necessarily be for a man. He doesn't really know.
Well, also, you have grown quite a lot since you got them, so nothing really quite fits. Everything sort of is like three sizes too small.
Apart from in one of the legs, where it's entirely too
Exactly
big.
that. So you can't. So the buttons are bulging, but you managed to cover most of your decency. Although your builder's bum is showing.
I mean, that's basically covered up for Boris, to be honest.
Yep. Okay, back into the room then. Iskip, what are you doing?
So with that intel, I think it's useful I go and relay that back to the party and tell them my findings.
You just call out, yep.
Yeah, so no, I'll head back.
Yep.
I guess we can all kind of come back together. And just let everyone know that is most likely the cave of some sort of cave beastie waiting to eat our faces off. So we can go and fight it, or we can just ignore it. Doesn't seem to be anything valuable in there either.
Well, the word gem, you saw some sparkling gems in there as well.
Ah, yeah. It's loose change though to us.
Yeah.
Or it could be the absolute artifact that we need to save Singorn, right?
I mean, it probably is known us, and we're going to completely ignore it.
So this is a pie decision. Do we want to potentially fight this beastie with Brick hammered, Boris legless?
Not in a good way.
Hmm.
I forget what we said now. Have we got the telepathic bond up at the moment?
It's down. It only lasts an hour.
Ah, okay. Well, then I can't talk to you lot. Well, I can talk to Yiskip, actually, saying that.
Yeah, I can understand your intent.
You can dance if you want to.
All flames dance. Woo!
Nice. If we can't make a decision, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to go investigate further, just to see there's nothing else left behind us, which will most likely start the fight.
Yeah, I mean, we should make sure we don't leave anything behind.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
I think that's the decision. Brick, Boris, you sound good with that?
No.
Okay. Right then, let's move on.
What would you like to do, Boris?
Well, if we get into a fight, then I can't stand next to the thing that's keeping me warm.
Okay, so it's entirely the warmth of your genitals that's making your decisions.
They are very important to me.
There's a slight rumble in your hand from Fusto. Clearly, he doesn't like the idea of running from a fight.
Oh. Cold knackers in a fight or stay warm? This is a toughie. I think if Fusto's rumbling away, it's difficult to resist the call of a fight. Right, you've convinced me. Let's go and punch it.
No. Well, hang on, Boris. Brick, take this healing potion as well. Come this side. It's just a regular healing potion.
How much does that give me?
It's a 1d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4.
Everyone, I'm just going to reiterate again, is healing is almost non-existent. If you go down, I can probably bring you back, but that is a limited number of deals. So everyone's, unfortunately in this instance, everyone's going to have to kind of look out for themselves.
Mm-hmm. That was my last
What could
healing
go
potion.
wrong?
Oh dear.
Has anyone else got any healing potions on them at all?
I can
Oh,
I
hang
can
on.
fix
Let me
people.
dig out.
I can modify you.
Modify.
Could we just
Modify and heal are two different things.
I have got one potion. Yeah, I've got a potion of superior healing. That's all I have.
I don't have any. There's no point asking me.
Do we want to save this potion for an emergency?
Probably.
I mean, I
Because
always
if
feel
he's got basic healing down, but it's only going to get us back up, then I feel like if that goes down, we naturally should probably use this on him.
I think that's sensible. It's always worth having a couple of potions just in case.
Well, in which case, Lewin, I recommend you take this because you're more likely to be closer to Dak than I am. Physically.
Well, wonderful. I will take that potion very kindly then.
And then just confirm that's the superior one, yeah. I'll take that off my list now.
You just hear a satisfying clink of glass on glass as Lewin sticks it in his pocket.
Oh, I'm really glad it wasn't you opening it to drink it.
Yes, I was feeling a little parched.
Oh, yeah.
Which I am going to whisper to Yigsit, place bets how long it is before the one drinks that.
5 minutes. 1 gold piece.
That's being generous. Alright, I'll give it at least 3 minutes into battle, and I'll match you 1 gold piece.
Nice.
Oh,
You have a very low opinion of Lewin.
Well, I would have been whispering this, so
I know, I'm just putting it out there.
before I forget, Boris, you have Lewin's Staff of Cold at the moment.
I certainly do. He's seen you use it. So far, it has not worked for him.
Yeah, well, you know how it works with champions. You got to prove yourself, otherwise it won't work.
Ah, I must beat something to death with it. Good idea.
No, that's a champion of Cord thing. You've got to be a champion of Lewin to use this.
How does that work?
Well, if everyone knew, it wouldn't be much of a champion's item, would
The
it?
tone in your voice there was perfect.
Boris just starts pointing at people, going, "You're an idiot. You're poor. You smell."
at which point one of those will be the trigger word. It's the launches smash at someone.
So, you drop the torch, Jacques. Your mage hand goes out.
Yep.
Alright, I'll if everyone's ready, I'm gonna go and investigate the room. Just prepared to save my ass.
Right, you
I'll
are.
get a little bit closer then, just in case. There we go.
come in this way.
Move in. Okay, stop there. So you go to there. Jacques, where are you? Are you just staying there?
Yeah, I'll probably just stay here.
Yep. Brick, what are you doing?
I'm on standby by the door.
Okay. Boris, what are you doing?
I wanted to follow in, but I don't like being near Brick. He always hits me. So I'm going to quickly sneak past him.
Okay. Jack, what are you doing?
I'm gonna stay just to the side of Brick, so I'm not making our presence any more known than it already is.
You have just walked through some water.
Sure.
You have just taken another 2 cold damage.
Okey-dokey.
And you're on the other side now, so I'll put you out of the way of it.
Cool.
There we go. And Lewin, what are you doing?
Well, I've heard something about dwarves being able to detect rare minerals and items through the wall. So I'm just going to go up to the wall and give it a lick, just see if there's any special things I can detect.
And they'll lick the wall, yep?
Yep.
Okay. It's slightly salty. There's a mineral content to it. But nothing that you have noticed as you're not dwarven. Can't do it.
It's not quite vulgar.
Clearly you don't have the aptitude.
Yeah, I'm envious of dwarfs. Right, well, I am going to step 5 foot. I'm just going to look up at those stalactites again. Are they moving? Are they shaking like a chandelier?
Okay, make a perception roll.
This is like something out of my nightmares. Tight spaces with sharp things.
They are slightly high up. You've got dark vision, haven't you? So the illumination from Dak is enough to see that they are there. They don't seem to be moving, but there is they do point towards you ominously.
Yeah. 10, 15. Can I jump across this with a 10-foot run?
Yes.
Brilliant. And I'm just going to tuck myself into this corridor like an earthquake.
Okay.
And if I look up, there's stalactites above this.
That is sort of an entrance. That's only probably about a 15-foot arch entrance that goes into this main chamber. And that main chamber that Iskip is in is about... it's more round, but you can see it's about 30 feet up. But there's stalagmite architecture in here as well.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't like this.
It's actually quite dark in there now because the torch illumination has gone. So I'm just going to get rid of that for the moment.
That's fine. Just while he's walking, Lewin's just going to reach into his pockets and he's just going to roll one of the conkers he's got in his fingers because he's nervous.
Yep. Okay.
I love how bad of an idea this is.
Oh, it's terrible. It's going to be great.
Alright, it's good fun. It's nice playing with everyone. With that, I'm going to keep investigating the room.
Okay. You go around the side.
Okay, around the side.
Make a perception roll for me, please.
Okay. I have a passive of 21, but let's see if I can get any higher. 28.
Okay, so there's nothing untoward he can see here. Nothing has moved. The darkness is still there.
Yeah. So I don't see anything down this side of the room because obviously the darkness.
So you see nothing. You see nothing moving in this room at all.
Nothing moving at all. Do I, as I'm going round the room, then, am I able to investigate the walls to see if there's any secret entrances, little nooks, little buttons, little holes?
Make investigation roll for me, please.
7.
Okay. You go round. You have to go around quite slowly doing this, and you're concentrating on the walls. And as you're doing that, you really don't see very much. You've got an eye to the ceiling here because it creeps you out slightly, and to the bones behind you. So you don't really see you're not. Your attention really isn't 100% on the walls. So as you go round this room, you really don't find any nooks or crannies or secret doors or anything.
Could I take a moment just to really hone in on the ceiling? Does the ceiling look like it's undulating at all?
With a protection on 28, it looks very solid.
Okay.
As you look up, a drop of water drips on your face.
Stale water, nice. I'll keep going around.
And the only sound you can hear is the flame of Dak.
Nice.
And Boris moaning about something.
Noise.
My balls are cold. And there's nothing around any of these corners. It's all just in the centre of this room.
Yeah, well, with an investigation roll of 7, not that you can see.
Okay.
So you're tapping the wall, and you see nothing there. Just
I'll tell you what.
the bones in the centre of the room.
Move a little bit closer to the darkness.
Okay,
then.
so you can see that the torch is on the floor.
Yep, and I will activate my pig arms.
Yep.
Let me just quickly do that. Boom. And I will go to reach one of the shinies in the middle of the room.
Okay, well, you're going to have to go a lot closer than you are at the moment to do that.
Oh, can I? Is there not anything within 10 feet reach?
No, there's the pile of bones right in the centre.
I'm gonna look back.
It has. You can see there's a little Acme sign saying "trap" written on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look back at JC and look for a confirmation. Like, do I? Don't I?
All JC can see is a black circle, so have at it.
Right.
Throw something at it.
Do you know what? That's a
I
great
will
idea.
give you the
Yeah,
strongest side eye, boys.
I will just throw something at one of the shinies, trying to knock it across the other
Okay.
side of the
Well, there
room.
are little stones on the ground you can do, and you manage to drop it. And you hit one of the bones, one of the shinies, and it just skitters slightly. But to say there's a big pile of bones there.
Nice. Did that shiny look particularly important?
Well, it's sort of monotone in the darkness.
Do you know what? I'm going to come back. This is not a good idea. That's really ominous. I'm going to call that quits, guys. There's nothing in the room with a good investigation. That floor there is definitely a trap.
Well, the floor in there looked normal as well. In that space,
It's some sort of trap falling down from the ceiling to squash us.
You said there was something to fight.
Well, I thought there was. I couldn't see the back of the room, but having a look in there's nothing. So it's obviously safe, and we're good to continue, I think.
Okay.
Sorry, Boris. Do you want to punch me in the arm?
Not really.
Oh, okay. I'm
Can I hit you with
sorry.
Husto?
No.
Okay.
I like my body fully intact, please. Sorry for the false alarm, guys.
Alright, well, let's go and find something else to fight then.
Yeah, I agree. This room is obviously safe.
Oh, if that's
Right.
the case, then I'll walk in there, shall I?
No. There is a big trap in the middle, Brick.
This entire time, Brix has been like looking outside, keeping guard, basically. So he's only really even half listening.
Do you want me to trigger it? This potential trap, or at least try something? Walk into the middle of it. It's a question to everyone here.
I mean, could we not throw something at it to trigger it?
Didn't nothing happened?
Something heavier, like Boris. The amount of times that JC has been thrown by Boris, JC will go, here for that.
The trigger weight is 1 metric Boris.
I generally think we save our resources for the next potentially big fight, because there's something in this mine, isn't there, that's going to really knock us sideways.
The problem is, Dag, this whole 1 metric Boris, we don't have a 1 whole metric Boris at the moment, so that wouldn't work.
No, that's true.
Okay.
Right.
So what are you doing?
Shall we carry on then?
We probably should, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Jack, lead the way.
I'm just gonna look at you like, well, there is only that way, and I'll start walking up that way.
Okay. You start going northwards. And you can see that the water's very slow flow going from north to south. Okay, so you go upwards, and you follow the passageway northwards. And what's your marching order?
And just there.
Just there.
If we are attempting to be stealthy, obviously there's a tap. Every single time Boris moves, there's a
Well, you've also got a flaming torch behind you as well, so it's going to be quite hard to be stealthy in here.
And your hand is constantly slipping on the cold, icy staff.
I would like to think that JC can be at least a little bit stealthily, insofar as it's the old adage of like the fighter pilots coming out of the sun. They got to look past J. All they can see is Dak behind JC, so they can't actually see JC in front of him because it's blinding.
Probably the stealthiest JC's ever been with the bloody racket we're making.
So, you go northwards. The passageway goes straight for about 10 minutes, and then you come across the walls have collapsed, and the water is just going. The whole ceiling has come down, and you can see that the water is just coming through these boulders which are there on the side.
JC will say quietly, but enough so that everyone can hear. So, something tells me the gods wanted us to go the other way.
You can try and get through it. You can try and open a way through.
I wouldn't risk it, because if this is caved in, if we dislodge it, other things will cave in, and I don't fancy getting stabbed by stalactites at the moment.
Okay. So you come back south again. Every 10 minutes, Dak, you're going to take 1 cold damage from dripping water from the ceiling.
Okie dokie.
Not much, but that's a cumulative thing as it lands on you and just sizzles. And there's Lewin standing behind you with a kettle on top of you as well.
That's not helpful.
It started to whistle.
So you come back into this chamber again.
Well, I assume we probably walk down past the chamber and go south.
Okay, so you keep going south, yeah. So move yourself downwards. There we go. And I will just do here, there, and where's Dak?
I will be at the back.
You'll be at the back, yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you go back further south, and you keep going.
Yep.
You can see there's some waterfall there from the side, joining in this little trickle that goes southwards.
JC will simply just walk through the waterfall as if it's not even there.
Yep.
Still magic.
It just parts as you walk through.
Yep.
Keep going.
I have Moses.
And you keep going south. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Shall we have a communal stealth roll then, if you're going to go stealthily? It's going to be at disadvantage because you've got the human torch at the back.
Pass without. Is this a race?
No, can't do that.
You can do. Oh.
I cannot cast. I'm in elemental form.
2 more levels.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been a severe disadvantage considering the amount of noise and light we've got on us.
Yeah. It's a very hard roll, this.
Still managed at 25.
So Jacques, you can hear there's a marching band behind you with all the lights. There's a click, click, click.
Use that as a distraction, so no one else knows I'm here.
Yeah.
Just as Lewin steps, the last bit in his buckle on his belt just pings off from the acid.
So you go south. Jacques, to the side, you see there's a little side chamber as you walk down. This is about 8 feet tall and about 5 feet wide.
JC, seeing how dark this corridor is, suddenly thinks, damn, we really probably should have brought that eternal torch with us.
It's too much like a sensible idea, that.
So, Lewin, have you stopped there and have you let the others go on ahead?
No, I will keep going. Sorry,
Okay.
I thought someone was moving me.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you all guide yourself. So there's a passageway to the side there, Jacques.
Yeah, I'll probably sort of stand just past sort of the entrance, and I'll wait for Yixip to come up with his dark vision. So although I've got dark vision, he's got the better dark vision.
How long does the pig's head last for?
10 minutes.
So it's gone down.
It's gone down.
Yep.
Okay. I will come down.
So I'll say to him to have a look down into this dark corridor and see what he can see.
I will come up. What do I see?
Well, it's not difficult to see. You can see this is a small corridor. As I say, it's about 5 feet wide, about 8 feet tall. And then at the back of that, it runs backwards. And at the back of this, you see, because you've got the light from the torch, you can see there's a hole in the ground which just goes straight downwards, as far as you can see from there.
Loads of fun.
Make
Can I go down that hole?
a nature roll for me, please.
Me is just good.
Yeah, there's a skip. Yeah.
I'll
No,
try
it's
it.
Ben.
I'll try it as Ben. Well, it's about the same, right? What's a
What?
stick?
It's as you're looking there, you step backwards into a puddle of water and your feet get wet.
Oh.
Is that a sort of hole where we can drop a stone down it and you just never hear it hit the bottom?
Okay.
Or it's an entrance for a bunch of crawling spiders.
Well, that's okay. They like me.
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna do anything? Or are you gonna keep going?
I think keep going.
Alright, I'll keep moving down the corridor.
Yep. Okay. And you keep going southwards. And you hear this clanking behind you. You're going stealthy, which means you're going slowly. So you're actually going really slow because of your exhaustion as well. And you kept down, and then you see there's another chamber.
Yixip up so you can have a peer in.
Iskip can't really see that well. Hold it. You need to take down your dark vision now. It's only 60, isn't it?
Oh, no, I don't even have dark vision. I'm a human.
You're a human, so you don't have
Oh,
it
I
at all.
Just remembered.
I've got dark vision as a racial trait, being a cat.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'll have a look in there.
Yeah.
What do I say?
Okay, so you get there. Make a perception roll. Disadvantage.
Perception is well, it's minimum 20 because I'm proficient with 10.
No, okay, so I'm making it more difficult because you're also exhausted. But even with that, you see there are skeletal remains on the ground.
Oh, what, like the other room?
Yeah, they're a bit more scattered though.
I'll report back to the others what I see.
That's perfectly normal. There's going to be people who died down here.
Is he? What's he saying? I can't. Brick. What's he saying? Well said.
Who's saying what? Sorry, I lost my voice for a second there. Jesus, that was awful. Well, he's just in front of you, Lewin.
Where? I can't see him. For a big cat, he's surprisingly difficult to keep an eye on.
Oh, was there a second ago? Start feeling around the general area for the cat.
You're in the most well-lit part.
Well, you're not coming up on my screen. I thought you know why your token's not shown for me. I think mine's out.
Look
actually
further
out.
south. Look further south.
Okay, yeah. Your screen, your bars are still where they were. So mine's acting up. I thought you were going invisible.
Yeah, you've gone outside of their visual range, Jack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll wander back. Hi.
Can they see you
there
now?
he is.
And he comes back into the into the light of retribution.
Step into the light. Yeah, as I said, I'll say to them, obviously, another room, like other one, bones, dead, scattered.
And above you, you can see the sharpened points of stalactites, seemingly aiming at you.
As we move on, do they always seem to be pointing at us, or do they still have the perspective that they are hanging straight down? It's just...
Well, you're not used to being underground like this, so they're all pointing downwards. Let's put it that way.
I don't like being in here.
I think that's the point.
Is the feeling getting more intense as we're heading further south?
What feeling?
The feeling that the stalag...
No,
whatever's...
no. It's just that it is oppressive.
Okay.
You do feel the weight of
Impending doom.
the weight of the earth above you.
There. Those skeletons, was that a big chamber, JC, or...?
Well, it was about the same size as the other one, wasn't it, Liam?
It was a lot smaller that you could see.
Okay, no, it's half the size. There was no green darkness, but it was much smaller.
We can either check it out, or we can head on.
This is very Call of Cthulhu like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do we know, do we know what type of bones they were? Like in the first chamber, were they all just sort of human bones?
But humanoid bones. You didn't really get close enough to have a look.
Were there any elf ears that I could see?
They were just bones.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Fair enough. I don't know how anyone else feels. I feel like just carrying on down this way.
Yeah, seems
Not
like
on
the
the
quickest
following
route to the
stream.
fight.
Okay, well, you guys have a think. I'm going to have my customary wee break and go and get another beer.
I'm pretty happy to just carry on. Obviously, Boris will go for any fight that comes across us, but I feel like not risking too much. Every single fight is kind of destroying us at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not all
And so
of
far,
us.
the extra risks
Most
we've
of us still
taken
have our
hasn't
limbs
given-
attached.
So the extra risks we've taken haven't really given us too much of a reward as a team, apart
Yeah.
from hurting. So in and out.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think we just try and find this thing. There's definitely some crazy beastie in here that's eating lots of things, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if we are literally inside said beastie. Hence the acid and these chambers that could very well be stomachs.
Oh god.
That's not a bad shout, to be fair.
Yeah. Lewin, do you have Find Familiar?
I do not, I'm afraid. I have other fun stuff, though. I have a little invisible servant who can follow me around.
One that we could shove down a hole and report back to us.
Just drop him down that tunnel.
I don't know if that would work with Bert.
Does it need to be find a familiar, or can it be an object? Because I've got locate object.
I don't know what we're looking for.
What do you think's down this hole?
Nothing, I'm just curious. Just feels weird having a big hole. As you can tell, I've never been in a mountain before. Just very weird. Was that normal?
That's incorrect. We went in a mountain not even 3 days ago.
Wait, what?
On.
No,
Yeah.
we went in a bit of it at the top with the enchanted throne.
Oh yeah, fair. Oh, no, that was like an outhouse on top of the mountain, right?
It was sort of a cave at the top.
So
I'm educated in these things. You can trust me.
So is a hole in a mountain normal then, Lewin?
It depends how big the hole is.
What's the hole up there?
That was probably artificially made. I should also say that although I could summon Bert, I did not prepare him today because I didn't think I'd be doing social events.
Is Ernie the one that can respond to you then if you shoved him down the hole?
I know someone we can volunteer to shove down the hole.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bert can be summoned, but it's going to take 10 minutes.
Nah, it's not worth it.
What's the head Oompa Loompa's name from your bloody mansion? We can put him down the hole and see what happens.
Yes, that they are part of the mansion, and I wouldn't do that. They live in the mansion because it's safe, mostly.
They tried to kill us.
No, the mansion tried to kill you, and this time I didn't command it, but it normally wouldn't do that.
I'm all for summoning that door, but horizontal, and then opening it above that hole and just seeing what falls out.
Well, as much as I would like to go in the Bastille today, I'm afraid that other more pressing matters will probably require my power.
So what are we doing? You are discussing amongst yourselves. Dak, another cold damage. Or water drops on you.
If one of you is feeling brave, I could of course shrink you down and we could shove you in.
No.
That is the right answer.
No. It's a good idea. I really like the idea. Had it not be time sensitive and us near death, then I would have said yes.
I think it's a good idea. I've had this idea running through my mind. If I ever had a rodent infested, I'd cast this on Brick, and he could just take care of it.
So, have you decided what you're going to do?
Heading further south, right, I think?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going further south.
Would.
Jack, lead the way.
Yeah, I will position myself right at the edge of the visible light bit.
Okay.
They can still see me. I'm literally just there. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Just as the shadows fall, and the stalactites are particularly dense above you here.
That's a concern.
Hmm.
About 30 feet up. Okay.
How convenient. No, it is getting a little bit more. I mean, would any of our characters even know if that's a bad thing or not?
Make a nature roll for me, Brick.
Yeah. Nature 2. It's not really my area.
No. You're brought up in the jungles rather than underground, and it all looks very unnatural. To you, this feels like it's just teeth from the ground up, going upwards, and the ceiling coming downwards.
Brick, try licking the wall. See if you can detect anything.
Snozzleberry.
The walls are made of snozzberries.
As these things are getting more denser, I am going to start keeping sort of a bit of an eye. As I move, I'm going to be watching as I go.
Yep.
Is this water now trickling down?
It is going very slowly, trickling downwards, Jan.
Could I generate a prestidigitation umbrella?
You can, but it's only going to be a clown comedy size of your hand.
Oh, even better. Can I get like one of those stupid hat ones that people wear in festivals?
You can, but it lasts 6 seconds.
That's alright, I'll just keep casting it.
So it basically it opens up and then just sort of disintegrates.
The pettiness of a high-level character.
I love it. Okay, so you're going. So Jack is on his own.
Well, at the edge of the light, which is either here or here, I can't really tell.
Well, you wouldn't be able to tell really. You don't know if they can see you or not. So what are the rest of you doing?
Following.
Okay, follow him down. Okay. And as the light comes down with Brick and Retribution, shadows dance on the floor and on the ceiling. And Brick, you can see into this small or this chamber to the east of you, and you can see on the ground there are old remains of humanoid creatures.
Do we mean this one? Sorry, down here,
Mm-hmm.
or the one up here?
No, the one here.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I'll go in very carefully, just like 10 feet or so, just to see how far this room goes.
Okay. Can you see the end wall?
No. Not on here, at least. I should be able to, I think, because I've got 60 feet vision, haven't I? I think with dark.
Yeah, you can see the end wall is.
Okay, yeah, I can see now.
Yeah.
I'm just doing that just so I can see it properly. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see it. So, have you gone into the chamber?
No, that's just for the dark vision, because I should have 60 feet in.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it on dimming mode, so.
That's fine. It's not a problem. I can hover check and.
If you. Oh. You don't have night vision on. You should have night vision. That's why it wasn't showing.
Yeah. I just assumed maybe it was.
There you go. Should be able to see better now.
Much better.
For some reason it was switched off.
I don't even need to go in there. I can see. I can see from there then. Perfect.
Yeah. So you can see there are the unmoving skeletal remains on the ground.
Anything noticeable different
from this?
Last?
Well, you didn't see the last ones.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's fair. I'll make a note of these.
But you can see some of the limbs, the bones. Even from this distance, you see some of the bones are broken. Skulls have been crushed.
Say to Brick, does any of it look fresh?
No.
Looks old. It looks very old.
I was going to say I'm not an expert, but it's a bit dank and dusty there. Whatever killed them, hopefully, has moved on since.
Okay.
Well, obviously with my dark vision, I can sort of tell that is this a waterfall or is it the wall?
No, it's just a passageway going southwards because I can only have such a big a certain size, and that's it.
For part of me, for a minute, I was thinking, oh god, we could a 60-foot waterfall.
No, the passageway keeps going southwards. You can see now it's just a black void ahead of you as it keeps going gradually downwards and into the depths of the earth. So, is that your marching order? And as you spaced out as you are? With Lewin right at the back, yep?
Oh, no, definitely not at the back. Let me just pop myself there.
Okay. So I'm just gonna move you around like this, and you keep going southwards. Yep.
Yep.
Let's turn you around that way. And another 10 minutes going southwards. This passageway, this tunnel, does move and undulate. Dak, another 1 point of damage. You start to hear a roaring noise in the distance ahead of you.
Oh, there's the waterfall.
And there's a light, and there's a light. You can see there's a dim light ahead, coming up the corridor.
Now, I'm not the smartest cat on the planet, but I do know that if you're underground, you're not going to see light. Now,
Maybe we're coming to an entrance or an exit.
this deep?
Well, it could be in like the side of a hill or something.
And as you're walking forward, the sound gets louder and louder. Do you keep going?
What sound is it? You say it's a roaring sound, but is it like a water roaring sound?
Make a investigation roll.
Investigation.
It sounds like a large waterfall echoing through the chambers in front of you.
That sounds like fast flowing water.
Just keep going forward.
Yep.
This is where
Also, I'm gonna
Dax kicking himself for not being a water elemental.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Obviously, because we've heard the sound of water, I will be doing my best to make sure I'm not going to trip over an edge of something.
Could I use mold earth to just generate a little mud bridge for Dak to cross over?
Oh, you can.
If I can, I will do so.
So I've just changed the marching order there because for the next thing is everything's at an angle. So keep going forwards, and you turn a corner, and then you are dazzled by light. And in front of you, you see coming down from way high water, which seems to be carrying the sunlight with it. Hits the ground, and there's a cloud of vapor. This tunnel you're in just seems to stop as this large water. There's this underground river runs from the top left to the bottom right of the screen. In the centre, where the tunnel drops away, you can see Jacques. You're at the front. You can see some old, very ancient-looking carved rocks, which don't look natural.
How far down is it from where we are again?
If you get to the edge, you have to look. You're looking down about 40 feet onto the river. And what you see there, when you look down, you see the remnants of an old bridge.
Yeah. Obviously,
And I hope you like the pretty picture as well.
Yeah.
That's good. I'll step back from the edge and I'll explain to others what I'm seeing.
Yep.
Can you tell where the bridge goes, like from and to?
Well, the bridge is. So, Boris, you're going to go to the edge and have a look, are you?
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Okay. Make a perception roll for me, please.
Good old perception. Okie dokie.
Okay. You can see the bridge. You can see there's some pillars from the bridge there, and it seems to cross to where the waterfall is. With a 23, you see the other side of the waterfall. You do see some glowing blue mushrooms on the other side of the waterfall.
Glowing blue mushrooms.
Okay.
I'll report that back. What do you guys think of glowing blue mushrooms? Dak! And I come up and start talking to you. Extensively, Dak, without realising you've not talked back for a little while.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very chill here because of the dampness in it.
I always assume that, Dak, when you're in this form, if you do try to talk back, it would just literally sound like a log fireplace.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just cracking away.
Yeah, snapping and cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't see a way of getting Dak through that without him getting pretty wet. But that does seem like the way we need to go, so how are we getting across here then? How high up is it on the other side? Is it pretty much the same as where we are? Did you say it was about 40 feet down?
Lewin, what's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 22.
22. So you get the impression that this was an ancient underground roadway which has been destroyed by natural or unnatural disaster, and this cavern here is the waterfall has destroyed the bridge, and this was possibly an old route deep into the ground. You've not heard of this around here at all. You've studied the histories of Singorn, but this is not something that you have come across in your readings.
surprising, given my great love of elven infrastructure. Well, this appears to be some ancient passageway which leads deep into the heart of a marsh. Yeah, it doesn't sound quite as inviting when you say marsh at the end. Anyway, this clearly means we must be going the right way.
Lewin, I saw you earlier make a bridge for Dak to get across. Is this something you could span with that same spell?
No. That gap was about 5 foot across. Easy to manage. I would need something a bit more powerful for this. Of course, I could just stick Dak in the fun ball.
Yeah, but we've all got to get across, and I thought you were a really overly powerful wizard. You might be able to have done it, surely. Or
Flattery will get you everywhere, including dead, if I don't have my abilities when I eat them.
I try.
Dearest Dak, Resident Torch, I can get you across, but it will be unpleasant and probably slightly nauseating.
Yeah, alright, I shrug. Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. I'm just looking at the ground here. How deep does this look, this water?
It's hard to see because you're way up. It's about 30 feet down from the edge. It's a precipitous edge from the end of the passageway. You can't see the bottom of the water, but there are big rocks lying in it. You just don't know how deep it is. You can't tell from here.
What I'll do is reach into my coat again, and I'll just pull out a single gold piece, and I'm just going to cast light on it, and hand it to Boris at the front, and just ask him to drop it into the water.
Certainly will.
Okay. And so it falls into the water with a splash and sinks. The water is very turbulent here, and before long you lose sight of the light. And you don't know whether it's because it's very deep or is because it's just water is so turbulent.
Deep or turbulent, or perhaps a combination.
You
of
can
both.
see there's sort of quite a current to it, and there's a lot of froth and spray here. Dak, that's another point of cold damage.
Yeah.
Killing him slowly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not carried over my health.
Now, from memory, Jehovah starts with an I.
Only the penitent man shall pass.
Now, Brick's just gone into the corner as he's being sick.
That bloody cat is always sick.
No, I'm sorry, I can't help it, right? I had a dodgy hairball.
Okay.
Wait.
So you happen to actually, when you talk to each other, you happen to talk quite loud because the waterfall is very noisy, and it is falling. You can't see from where it's falling because it's just light. It's like a light beam coming down because the surface of the surface is so far above you now you can't see it, but the water seems to be trapping sunlight on the way down.
Right. Where are we going? Doesn't seem as though going down is the right option, but do I spy myself a path on the other side?
It does look that way.
If that's the case, I could just make us a bridge over this.
That's what I asked a minute ago.
Yes, but you asked for a small bridge. You've got to be specific.
Details, semantics.
You've got to remember, dear JC, that pedantry is the ultimate magic.
So what are you doing?
We're talking nonsense rather than doing it.
It's called
really good at it.
It's called pontification, and if you pontificate enough, you make a pont, which is a French for a bridge, or Elvish for a bridge. What are you doing? You're standing there looking at the edge. Lowen and Boris are standing very close to the edge. The ground is slick with all the spray, and there's a green algae on it.
Just gonna take a step back
and you do see the cavern around because it's all illuminated in here. You do see stalactites stalactites, yes, ceiling ones, hanging from the ceiling and dripping water. Some of them are now so long that they actually meet up with the mites at the bottom and form columns.
The most obvious solution is I can just create another breach across this. I do give fair warning that will be me tapped for some of my higher level abilities.
Excellent. Skip peels off some of the algae from the wall and consumes it. It's slightly slimy. It's not the nicest thing you've ever eaten, but it's food, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, the longer we're standing here, JC's going to be sort of staring over that edge. And it's like, you ever get that feeling when you're standing on the precipice of a large cliff and you just want to jump?
But you can do if you want. There you go.
No, not yet.
It's lost the plan.
So is actually JC thinking that?
Yeah, he's going to be. He's mumbling it out loud, but he's looking and just going. That's a long way down.
Okay, could you make for me, please, a
sanity roll?
Oh my god, there's a bed frame! Watch out!
Not a window.
Wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I'm gonna start. I can roll one, but I'm probably gonna make one. 6.
No, wrong button. You feel the urge to, but suddenly you're scared of heights. You have now a fear of heights, and you don't want to go anywhere near that.
Yeah, I'll be. I'm gonna lie down. I'm gonna be stepping back quickly. I'm just lie down. Heights.
So for the rest of this map, you are scared of heights.
Yep.
You're pulling back from the rim.
Yep. And you can see that, you know, that sort of shudder you get, like when someone walks on your grave. You can see JC doing that as he steps away.
So what are the rest of you doing?
Well, I'm still trying to work out if this on the other side is actually another passageway or not, but I can't quite make it out.
You can't, no.
I keep getting water in my eyes, and particularly under my monocle every time I try to look.
Well, Boris had a look and he saw a couple of blue little mushrooms there on the other side, behind the waterfall.
Well,
I think that's where the bridge goes. If there was a bridge.
very well. Right, so Lewin is going to get his feet to the side, sumo stance.
Yep.
And he's gonna mutter a couple of words, and then with that he's gonna hit the ground, and a big wall comes out.
Oh, nice.
And it's just gonna try and that's the wrong button. Wrong wall.
Which one have you built?
It's the wall of stone, not the wall of force.
Wall of stone. Okay.
Wall of force would be a bit more like Asgard.
So how many of these panels do you make? 10,
Sure.
10 by 10 panels. Yes, you can get across with that.
And there's going to be a couple of support beams underneath as well.
You won't have enough for that.
If I thin the walls out a bit, which are only 3 inches thick, I can make it 10 by 20 foot panels.
Here's a bridge I prepared earlier.
Here's one I prepared earlier. There we go.
Blue Peter.
Bonk.
Hold on. I need to make sure that the battlements and crenulations are correctly done. It may not be structurally sound, but it looks it.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing, but it looks like I do.
Okay, well, that's as close as I can get it. I can't. Can I spin it a bit more? There we go. So you can have it. So it just. I'm on use a drawing. There you go. So you can have it doing that, getting across. Okay. Poof, and it appears like that. The waterfall crashes into it, and you have actually had these little. The water is making the stone already very slick.
Well, I would suggest travelling across first. Now, to make sure it's structurally sound, we need to make sure that the heaviest person goes first.
Brick's looking after Jacques. Jacques is backed off, and Jacques, you are backing away from this, and you're going up the corridor. You don't want to get anywhere near to this cliff edge.
Yep. And I will be clawing the eyes out of the person who tries to drag me across that bridge.
Oh well, Brick's doing that because he's having to look after the cat.
Good luck.
Why don't we send across the person most likely to make it? And they
Look,
can keep
Kitty,
them with them.
you're either coming across with me or without me. It's your choice.
All you're going to see is JC sort of give it one of those sort of smirky grins, hold up a claw and start popping out claws one at a time.
Brick's just going to just pull slightly on the sheath he has on Retribution, and he's just going to stare you down with a 20 intimidation. You can roll against that if you want.
Huzzah, my 12.
Okay.
I am a pink cat. I can't intimidate.
So you are now terrified. You may turn and run if you wish.
Well, for the shenanigans of it, yeah, right.
No, Brick's going to try and grab him on the back of the neck. And
Okay.
push him
Can
off
Brick make an athletics roll for me, please?
Indeed he can. That's a 21.
JC, can you make an acrobatics roll for me, please?
Of course.
You have disadvantage though, because so you are caught by the scruff of the neck and lift up, and your legs are still spinning underneath you and running away.
I will be spinning these paws everywhere.
As you're still terrified of Brick, he's just going to turn 180. You can't willingly approach him. Your only option is to cross this bridge.
You're more terrified of the water.
You just turn into a puddle on the floor.
I know I'm going to be dry. It's the height.
Look, cat. Nothing will happen as long as you're with me, and when I let you go, you'll be perfectly safe.
We don't really have that much of a track record. Wasp hissing and, flailing of the paws.
Look, with the moronic elf and the crazy man, I'd agree with you, but you can trust me. Now,
Who's the crazy man?
don't you worry.
Okay, so what are you doing?
So Brick is just going to hold Jason in front of him, and he's just going to say,
Right, are you sure this bridge is safe?
well, I mean, probably. Yeah, it'll be fine. Why don't I go first, just to prove it? And if I may, I will delicately and slowly try to cross the bridge.
It's slick under your feet, and there's a wall of water at the end.
Can I use a bit of prestidigitation as I'm walking to just try and clear out as much of the excess water as I can?
That is not going to be enough. It is a heavy waterfall.
That's fine. I can't even use a bit of sheet water to just try and move this a bit.
It's not going to be enough, no.
Fair enough. In which case, I will just try and take it delicately then.
Okay, so you walk, you slip and slide across the bridge, and you get to the waterfall. It's coming down in torrents. What are you going to do? You're going to go walk right through it?
Can I see any of the earth underneath the waterfall, or the stonework underneath the waterfall?
If you're looking over the edge
Of
the bridge that you made.
Yes.
Okay, you look over. If you look down, there's very turbulent water there, but you can see the ruins of a bridge that was once here.
Can I use molten earth from here to just try and bring up a platform of stone out of the water to try and create a gap in the waterfall?
What are you trying to do? Cast what, sorry?
So I'm going to try and use mold earth to just try and raise a portion of stone out of the water.
Okay. What?
If I can, of course. You know, if it's more than 5 foot, I won't get anywhere near.
It's well, it's below. It's more than 30 feet below you.
Fine.
You can take stuff from the walls around, but what you're going to put it on? If you just raise it above you, it's just going to fall.
I didn't realise that the bridge was this much higher than the waterfall.
No, it's 30 feet above. The waterfall is about a mile high, and it's just crashing down onto you.
So, sorry, what I'm trying to determine is the waterfall above or below me where I am on the bridge?
The waterfall is a mile up, and it crashes into the water below you.
That's fine.
What you realise is the waterfall had broken through and has taken the bridge out that was there before.
Fine. So, what I'm looking to determine is, can I see anything behind this waterfall? Okay.
Well, you need to get a bit closer.
Yep, that's fine. So again, I'm gonna go as slowly as I can with this.
Okay.
Be careful.
And you're gonna have some light because the water is very bright.
That's all right. So I will cast light on the end of my pinky.
Yep. And you see the passageway continues.
Brilliant. What I am going to try to do then is, rather than casting Mod Earth anywhere below me, can I just try and cut a section of the waterfall open by placing a Mod Earth above me, so the water splits around it?
It was nothing to... not really. It's not really what this does. You want a stone shape for that. You haven't got that.
Not prepared, unfortunately.
No. This only moves a little bit of earth, earth or stone.
Do I see sort of the passage behind with the light?
Yes, you do.
If that's the case, I'm going to take.
And you have squashed some of those mushrooms.
I'm going to take a 1 and a 2, and I'm going to just try and tuck my head in and try and jump through the waterfall.
Okay, could you make a strength saving throw for me, please?
Yeah, that's my favourite kind. That's a 5.
Jesus. Okay, so you get battered by the water, and you get soaked, and you get pushed off the bridge. Oops.
It's fine. That's all right. If that's the case, I will just cast my backup in these situations, and I'll cast Fly on myself.
Well, first of all, you fall into the water.
Okay.
So it's 30 feet.
Brick and say, see.
Let me just put that on the map layer. And you have been pushed off the water. You fall into the water. So you take... can you make an acrobatics roll for me and see if you can do a nice dive?
That's a 9.
No. So you fall into the water with... 7 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground, and the water is ice cold. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Constitution.
That's fine. So you can, you're not stunned for your next action. Okay. That's so the rest of you see Lewin just fall off, and then you cast Fly. Yeah.
I do cast Fly.
And you can easily come back up again.
Right. Well, that was. The water's a bit stronger than I thought it would be. So, good news. I have discovered that there is indeed a passageway behind there. I just cannot pass through it, as of course I don't have quite the strength and the brawny ability that some of you have.
Well, do you want to come with me, Lewin? Let's try and do it together.
Well, I actually had another idea in mind. Dearest Boris, I hate to ask this from the champion, and I hate to take a walking stick away from an invalid, but would you mind very kindly offering me my staff back, please?
This is my walking stick.
Yes, I just need to borrow it for just a moment.
You have untuned from it.
I have untuned? Okay, if that's the case, never mind. You can have it for as long as you need it.
Oh, cool.
Does that mean that Boris has attuned to it?
If he wanted to. Wouldn't be able to use it, but he can try.
He wouldn't know to unless someone told him to.
You don't have the ability to cast spells, so he can't do anything.
He attunes to it and he gains the ability to make it glow.
He turns it into a nice ice cream maker. Okay, so what are you doing? So you are now floating, Lewin, right next to the bridge.
Well, my original plan now no longer works, so let me have a look at my repertoire of things I can cast while I can fly. Oh, look at that! Not many things.
Boris is going to turn to Iskip and say, how do you feel about going across? Taking maybe a rope with you, as you are very sure-footed, and then if people follow across, just in case there's an accident, you can maybe drag them back up.
Yeah, that sounds like a sensible idea.
Have you got your arms up?
I don't have rope. My arms are not up, no.
No.
But I'm reasonably strong. If I had to quantify it as a number in this crazy realm, I would say it's at least a 6. I don't know what that means, but it's a 6. Feels like a right number to say.
You're so as strong as Boris is intelligent. Bandy legs.
Does anyone have a rope that I could use, please?
Okay, for Jack, your fear of heights settles down now. Something overcame you, which seems to have dissipated.
Oh, goodness me, I've never seen someone put up such a fight. It's just a bit of water and some height. If Lewin's fallen down and gotten up, you'll be fine. Right. Go on, get out of there.
Okay, so Iskip tries to get across, and Lewin, you're just standing there watching, are you?
The Lewin's sort of floating in midair, legs crossed, sort of stroking his chin, having a think.
Okay, and the water is starting to batter you onto you, Iskip. There's a huge torrent of water coming down. Are you going to just try and run through?
No, I'm going to go kind of... Seeing Lewin trying to walk through, Iskip thinks it's a great idea to go on his hands and knees at this point, just hitting his back.
Okay, so can you make a strength roll for me, please? Strength saving throw, I beg your pardon.
Certainly. 22.
Okay. Blimey. What is your strength?
Well, it's because I have proficiency in strength saving throws.
Oh, right. Okay, so you, without a problem, you stick your nails into the cracks between the paving slabs on this bridge, and you crawl yourself through and stand up on the other side, pulling the rope behind you. Not a problem.
Brilliant. Cool. I'll go through and I'll tie the other end over here.
To what?
Or I'll just hold the rope.
Yep.
I tie it to myself.
Yeah.
Well, there is a stalagmite there you can tie it to.
I will tie it to there as well, and also hold it.
It is slick, but it seems to keep hold. Yeah.
Nice. So there's a nice rope for them to use as a guide rail.
Okie dokie. So from this side then, Rick, would you mind holding this rope? And I'm going to go across, and then I'll have a nice taut rope to maybe put under one of my arms as I cross.
Okay. Could you make a strength saving throw for me? A disadvantage because you've only got one leg.
Oh, I've still only got that one pesky leg.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say saving throw?
Yep.
Okay.
Not a problem. You get across. The crutch, though, turns into a block of ice.
Oh. Lewin, it's doing something.
Oh, it does that. You put it near water, just shake your hand, it will come off.
I shake the other hand, of course.
Right, Lewin has stopped scratching his chin, and in a moment of wisdom has realised that there is an obvious solution to this. Can Lewin just go underneath the bridge and just cross the water underneath?
Well, because the bridge is resting on the passage lip on the other side.
Oh, damn, that was such a good idea.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good idea.
what I could do, of course, is can I fly underneath, and then can I use mold earth to slowly cave my way through?
And you wait till the rest of us are across the bridge first before you collapse it into the abyss.
Yeah, that would require a much wiser character. Because there's no way I'm going to get through the waterfall with my strength, so going underneath and just carving out a little passage is probably not a bad idea.
You can wait till the rest of us cross the bridge.
Okay, so the rest of you see Lewin go under the bridge. What are the rest of you doing? Brix decides he's just gonna. He ties the rope to a stalagmite, and he just stomps across using the rope. Can somebody make a strength saving throw for Brink, please? He will have advantage because he's got the rope.
There we go. So for Brick,
Yeah,
strength save.
he's not gonna. Yeah, not a problem. And he gets across without a problem. He doesn't see, but he's soaked. He gets to the other side. Dak, what are you going to do?
That is a very good question. I might.
You take another point of cold damage as you get close to the mist.
To be honest, Dak's strength is so poor. He's probably better off just trying it as an elemental and then just accepting the form will probably drop the other side.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe that's the thing to do, is to just dash across the bridge as fast as I possibly can, and then just make a dive through the waterfall.
Okay. Okay, go for it.
We'll have a go at that.
Okay. What is it's?
It's a lot.
It's a lot of damage.
It is.
Water. What's it called? Water susceptibility.
Yeah.
For every gallon of water splashed on it, it takes 1 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So how fast am I going? How thick is the fall? No idea.
You probably take about 500 cold damage.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And you turn back into yourself before you get through the waterfall. Could you make a strength saving throw for me, please? Because you were afar, you couldn't hold the rope. Well, actually, you could hold the rope if you wished.
Why is this not? I've totally balked this. Hang on.
His true form is an arachnid!
There we go.
He was a spy!
It still says I'm dead, but whatever. Right, strength.
Yep.
Strength saving throw, did you
Yep.
say?
Yep.
0!
Oh dear, oh
This is
dear,
why
oh
I
dear.
did it as an
Oh
elemental.
dear, oh dear, oh dear.
And I have no wild shape or any ability to save
Okay,
myself,
you
so I am the
take-
goldfish.
You take 3d6 bludgeoning damage as you hit the water. You take 16 bludgeoning damage. Could you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
On that one, and 18.
18. You are fine. The water makes you gasp, but you manage to come to the surface. Lewin, you see him splashing in the water beneath you.
Oh dear.
As you're under the bridge.
I will lower myself down and offer Dak a hand. I can't really lift him up because he's too heavy, but at least I can like.
I think you could
hold his
probably.
hand
I think you probably could, to be honest with you.
with my -1 strength.
Yeah, but he's you're flying at the moment, so I don't think there'll be a problem doing that.
The magic's doing all the work.
Don't matter, you ain't doing it. So you now got 2 of you there.
Oh, hello, Dak. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not as embarrassing now. I've fallen off now.
No, that went far worse than I had planned.
Well, the good news is, behold, my side tunnel. As I gesture underneath the bridge, as there is just a little 5-foot lip.
Okay.
I've created. Wow. Yes, I've realised that this spell can't do much more than that in a single go.
Okay,
over the course.
and what you doing that, Jacques? What are you doing? You've been left on your own.
Well, I wasn't sure if I've been put down by Brick yet.
Yes, you have. Bricks crossed the bridge.
You have no responsible adult with you.
No.
I'd never put down a cat.
Well, I suppose I will attempt to cross said bridge.
Okay. There's a rope to hang on to, and
Yeah.
and then could you make a strength saving throw for me, please? You have advantage because you got the rope. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Now for you it's going to be much easier because a lot of the water parts. So this was an easy roll for you. Only really roll of 5. Everybody else had to do a 15. There were also parts around you because of your hat.
Yes.
And this hat has been fantastic. I love it. And it almost like Moses. The parts around you, and you get through. But even you get a little bit wet.
A bit of the mist splashback.
Yep. Yep.
Very quickly dries though. I'm happy with
that. Lewin and Dak, you've got a 5-foot cubby hole underneath the bridge that you've dug.
It's very loud. It's
Yep.
very wet. It's perfect. Just perfect.
So what are you doing? You're just sitting in there, are you?
Yes, I am. And while I'm doing that, you just see Lewin reciting this very, very loudly because he needs to be able to hear just a bit of this.
Yeah.
And as he does that, there's another. There's just this little bit of stone just goes.
Okay,
around
so
the sides.
you managed to get around it, water. As you do so, though, this bridge falls into the chasm.
Oh dear.
Oops.
Oh, that's perfect. Actually, it just gets washed away. By
It falls into the chasm as you get to the other side. Both you and Dak are shivering now in the cold.
I will press the digitate myself. Actually, no, I will press the digitate Dak first.
Yep.
And then myself.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And I will create a bonfire.
Okay, so you can dry you can dry yourself off.
Yep.
And the passageway goes downwards, further into the mountainside, into the depths of the earth. Sorry.
Hurrah! We have overcome the water.
Lewin, would you mind untying the rope from the other side, please, before you come over? The rope's still untied on the other side, isn't it?
It is still tied. Yep. Yep.
Well, we might need that to come back.
How far away is the rope? The tied end?
Yeah.
Is it more than 60 feet away?
Probably is the answer to that. About 60 feet away.
If it's 60 feet, Lewin is going to hold his fingers to his head, and he is going to attempt to undo the knot on the other side.
Okay. It's difficult to do, but you can do that. Yep.
Brilliant. As I do that, as suddenly it goes taut and then loose, and then really taut as it starts getting yanked down the waterfall. It starts shaking your hand like a snake.
I'm going to drag that up. Thank you very
Excellent. So the only light you have now, you've got the light from the waterfall, and you've got retribution, which is illuminating. And we seem to have lost somebody.
Are we under someone else?
Someone's probably under someone else. Yeah, Dax underneath me.
There we go.
Yeah.
Huddled together. Okay. So this passageway goes further into downwards. Do you pursue that? Would you take a breather, or what do you do?
What that cool answer?
Is this a question? Is this a couple of minutes breather or a 1 hour breather?
Up to you. The other side of the waterfall, Dak has got a bonfire going to warm you up because suddenly you were soaking. In fact, most of you are soaking because you've been through the water.
I will give
Have we got?
everyone a blow dry if possible, and just try to pour the water just.
And
Have we got any semblance of what time of day it is?
Well, you think it's probably during the day because the sunlight.
Okay.
The sunlight is illuminating the water.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. That's my fault then. Sorry, I was away for a bit of that.
JC has this deep feeling. He doesn't know where it's coming from. That we should at least look around first before we start the camp. In a dark, wet place, where we'll be very still.
So
I mean, I for one would like to take a break, but if we can't understand,
Can we take a proper break, or just a short break?
I hate to.
I vote for 1 hour.
I have to say, I hate to be the reminder of everyone, but every moment that we waste, potentially thousands of people are dying.
Out of how many?
10,000.
Do you know them?
Oh, I know at least 3 of them.
Well, those will be the only 3 you need to worry about then.
Yes, but I know what you're thinking, JC, and the odds are exactly about 38,000 to 3.
Although Lewin's correct, it's important to remember that if we fail, everyone will die.
Well, strictly speaking, that's not true. Just all the people in Singorn.
Well, that's who I was.
And all the
talking
people
about
in
earlier on.
Sungorn will die if we likely don't get there eventually.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how
In
far
one
this
piece.
we don't know how far this invasion could spread. It could very well be everyone. Singorn might just happen to be the first location, but in any case, you're right. We do need to be fast, or at least as fast as we can manage.
So what do you do?
Raise your hand if you want to take a break.
You've probably been going for. You reckon it's probably sort of the middle of the afternoon, roughly. Although tracking time in here is very difficult.
Perhaps a short rest wouldn't be a bad thing. It would at least enable me to wild shape again, so that I am able to be of more use.
Yeah, and Brick can also heal up too. You look pretty injured. You look the most injured out of everyone here, mate.
And that's talking for the guy who's got one leg off.
Oh, I thought that was just his new look.
It's the new fashion, yeah.
I'm trend setting.
Is that 3 votes for taking a rest then?
That's fine. I will say, because of how everyone's been dried, everyone has blown back, sort of windswept hair. Oh, except for Yiskip, for obvious reasons.
My mutton chops are blown back. Thank you very much.
They're tickling his ears.
And JC's just like a fluff ball.
Well, as I was going to say, the tiny bit of water that managed to actually get through the hat meant it was very sort of steamy, which means that all I've done is just literally go on like puff furball, all up on edge.
Gone full afro.
Yeah.
So you're taking a short rest, yep? Or a long rest?
I think so. Short rest, I think.
Okay, so you take a short rest.
Should we have a quick look around just to make sure we're not going to get ambushed? Because we're sort of stuck between death and a waterfall. Just scout up the way a little bit just to make sure it is actually safe to.
Well, last time we did that, we got into combat again.
While JC is doing that, can I carve myself like an Afghan little like hidey hole in the side of the cave?
You certainly can.
Yeah.
It's turned into trench warfare.
I will definitely pick up a little way just to make sure it's clear and back again.
Okay. You can see the passageway goes downwards. You quite quickly get away from the moisture, and it gets dry, and there's a strange feeling in the air now, which you haven't considered or felt before.
Cool.
How far down the passage are you going to go?
I'm going to say.
Are you going to go scout ahead, or are you just going to just sort of?
I'll scout ahead a little bit, say 45 feet.
Okay.
Most.
So to the edge of the page. So you're not really scouting far at all. You're just sort of going off for a sulk, really, or a fag or something. Okay, so you get there and you just see the passageway dips downwards. It's a little steeper.
Yep. I said I will put alarm across the passageway.
Yep.
If anything does come up it, we'll at least have a bit of a heads up.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So
that takes you 10 minutes.
Yep. And then obviously I'll wander back once done.
Okay. And you get back, so you cast a spell. Yep.
Yep. I will stay within the 30 feet range of the alarm. So if I've got to sort of sit like there, then.
Yep. So what are you saying? What's going to trigger your alarm?
If any moving creature comes up the corridor, so that should hopefully cover dead, undead, alive. If there is sort of movement,
if anything moves at all.
Yes. Well, slightly bigger than like water droplets.
Okay. Okay. So you take a short rest. Dak, you have your bonfire going. You patch up your wounds. The staff, the ice breaks off it. You can have a short rest. Something to eat, something to drink if you wish. What are you?
I can't remember that was one bottle or you skip, but. Oh, nice. That's amazing.
What's that?
I asked Lewin for some peppermint algae.
Oh, that was yes.
Zappadoo and Zappasplat, you are now nostalgia for this peppermint algae. You're a fucking genius, man. You're gonna work that into a spell.
So there's a little bit of algae here next to the waterfall, which you munch on, and some of it tastes pepperminty, and some of it, which you surreptitiously chew on, doesn't. It's obviously very variable, different genus. And you
blue mushroom.
The mushroom's been squashed by the bridge. Blue mushrooms have been squashed.
Lewin. Just give him the evils for a bit.
Okay. And as you sit there, the light from that was illuminating the waterfall disappears very rapidly, and the water is just dark and cold. The light from the bonfire is illuminating it now. Shadows are jumping around the walls. And you take your short rest and you heal yourself up. I know it's been quite a short session today, but it's probably a good place to stop there.
That's fair enough.
It's 10 o'clock.
Bridges, doors. You're throwing it all at us this campaign.
Bridges, waterfalls.
Quite honestly, we struggle as a party with Mother Nature than we do.
So I can't kill you with the Demogorgon, but I can kill you with a door.
I'm very much like. I'm just enjoying this mental image of Lewin trying to cannonball into the waterfall and just getting smacked down straight into the water.
Well, the thing is, you did that, and then the fire elemental did exactly the same.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of damage for a fire elemental going through Niagara Falls, basically.
I was hoping I'd be able to get enough momentum. I'd like, maybe I'll make it through, but no, didn't.
Not with whatever 500 damage. It was a big hit, that. I think it's as much as if you had gone through a tidal wave, basically. Oh dear.
That's funny though.
But you got through the water challenge, and you got through the empty chamber challenge.
Well, the good news is, once we go through Earth, Water, and Fire, we'll be finished by September.
Yep.
Wake me up when September ends.
Okay. Well, I am going to stop there. And I just need JC at the end.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Okay.
I will see everyone next time.
Next time. And when what's his name? Lewin. What's Lewin's proper name? Ross, is it when he's away? Got a real name. When Ross is away, does anybody want to run a one shot?
For next week.
No, it'll be for 2 weeks' time.
So I am
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3
I'm
weeks.
away from the 27th to the 3rd.
Anybody
I
want
have a Call of Cthulhu one shot we could do, but I've never really taken the story side. Do you know what I mean? Like the storyteller. So I don't know how well I would do. I'm willing to give it a go.
Do you want to give it a try?
Give it a go.
I can give it a go.
We are very benign. We will promise not to be Kenkus.
Don't trust them.
Go away!
Go away!
Make sure you put a window in, and I'll be happy.
I'll try and.
I've got to go up to Cumbria next week, so I'll be trying from a hotel, so it could be a bit hit and miss.
Where in Cumbria?
It'll be Workington.
Oh, you probably should be okay at Workington.
No, we'll find out.
A hotel should have Wi-Fi's and things.
Yeah, it's always the gin house is a bit crap. It's a bit hit and miss.
It's the gin that does it.
I say Cumbria is very hit and miss depending where you are, but you're by the coast, so you should be okay.
Hopefully it'll be alright.
Like if you were in the middle of like, oh yes, I'm just by Buttermere. I'm like, yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully it'll be alright. So as long as there's nothing like major happens road traffic wise, that means I get there really late. It shouldn't be a problem, but
cool.
Just to give you a heads up.
So life getting in the way.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Right, ta-ta everyone.
All right, see you all guys next week. And I just need JC.
See you later.
Yep.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
So you're sitting there.
Yep.
Let's just switch off the recording.